Hi everybody, my name is Vera Escaja-Heiss, and I was the Vermont 2018 and 2019 state champion, as well as a top 9 national finalist both of those years. And in 2020, I actually went back to the competition to judge the Vermont semifinal state competition. Today, I am studying at the University of Vermont, but because I have so much experience with Poetry Out Loud, I thought I would share with you some of my highlights, my favorite parts, and in general, a little bit about my experience. So starting off, one of the biggest things about Poetry Out Loud that I loved was simply the platform itself of what the competition is. The most important, the most vital thing when you are competing in Poetry Out Loud is to choose pieces to recite poetry that you connect with. And so once you have that connection, you're really doing it for fun. It's no longer stressful or anything like that. You're performing from your heart. And you're able to tell your story through other people's poetry, which is really beautiful. And not just perform to one or two people, you get this platform to really share your voice and your story with everybody, whether it's your school, your state, and or your entire nation. And yes, stage fright-wise, that may seem a little bit scary, but like I said before, when you are speaking from the heart, when it's your story, when it's your poem, it's beautiful, and you get to connect with other people and really share your voice. And this can even be political, personal, on any level. So my number one thing that I love about Poetry Out Loud is that as a high school student, you get to really share who you are, which is something that's a little bit rare. The second thing is absolutely the people. So first of all, I would say the other competitors, whether you're at states or nationals, you're meeting people from even the entire world, reciting poems that are telling their story, and everyone is extremely unique, everyone's very passionate, and everyone's super kind. And one of my best friends from the competition was the Puerto Rico champion, which he's a really great person, and that's just like an example of the people you get to meet. And a little bit of a story with that. What's beautiful about it is that you create a community with all these other students, other high school students, and I have a very big memory of nationals, both in 2018 and 2019. After the competition is over, after they release the winner, after all of this stress is done, all the students would just get together in a room, every single champion, and sing or perform their own poetry or just talk. And both of those years, not just the first year that I was there, we actually got kicked out of the hotel room that was reserved for those presentations because we were up till 4 or 5 a.m. just connecting with one another and reciting our poetry and just sharing our stories from people across the nation. I thought that was really amazing, and I made some really great friends through it. So it really shows that it becomes a community, you know. At the end of the day, the best advice I can give is, since it's poetry, since it is subjective, since at the end of the day, you know, there's no specific math to it, you know, it's based on just emotion and passion and recitation. I mean, there is strategic parts of it, but in general, art is subjective. So the most important thing is to really make sure you're connecting with yourself, with others, and having fun. So that's what it really proved when we were all there, just sharing our stories afterwards. All the students that, you know, who won the competition, what the competition was about, didn't fully matter. Even the money, because, you know, there's money involved, didn't really matter, because, you know, poetry is an art form, and the best thing you can do with it is just have fun with it, you know? So that was one of the examples, and that's definitely one of my favorite things, is the other competitors. And you get to listen to beautiful poetry. You get to also listen to people reciting the same poem in different ways. At finals in 2018, I was reciting my poem Spanglish by Tato Loviera, and I remember that another finalist, another one in the top 9, was also reciting the same poem as me, and I got so nervous. but we recited it completely different, in a completely different manner, and that's really beautiful, and it says so much about poetry in general and the competition, and it was just awesome. So other aspect of people is definitely the judges, the hosts, everyone you come in contact with who's an adult, not just a high school student, is also extremely talented and a connection that you can take with you forever. I've met some super amazing authors, some publicists, people that really valued my voice, and therefore I really valued theirs, and it was just such a validating feeling to communicate with these people that I really respected and have them respecting me, which will come naturally because whether you win or not, you're putting yourself out there, and that's a huge commitment, and people will see that, people will really admire that no matter where you end up. So definitely it's a platform for you to share your voice and an opportunity for you to connect with others and really launch yourself into a beautiful community that, like I said, I'm still connected with as a college student. I went back and judged, and that was beautiful. And today I'm working with students at a bilingual school, helping them find their identities through poetry. So it's something that has really impacted me for life. And then I would say another one of the biggest highlights, which is definitely, I'm assuming will be different because of, the guidelines with COVID, unfortunately. But the national competitions, even the state ones as well, the competitions themselves are there to serve you as much as you are there to serve them. And by that I mean that you are given all these amazing opportunities to connect with different people, like I've said before in that sense, but one of the highlights of going to nationals is that you get to get a tour of the Capitol and you get to connect with one of your state representatives. For me, I was able to connect with Peter Welch and Patrick Leahy both years, which was absolutely amazing. So not only are you allowed to show your story through creativity, you are given a voice politically to talk about some issues that are really important to you and have them truly heard. And that is extremely important. So, I think high schoolers, sometimes you feel as though your voice is silenced because you're younger. However, really, this organization, Poetry Out Loud, is there to amplify it, push it, in more ways than one. So being able to connect with politicians, representatives is super gratifying and amazing and validating for you as well. So you get to really, really make an impact, which is beautiful. It's awesome. So in general, there are just so many benefits. My experience has been really beautiful as a whole. I wish I was still in high school and could continue it. But overall, what I can say for advice and just my favorite part in general, apart from, meeting people and getting all these opportunities, is simply the act of recitation, poetry recitation. Whether I was performing in front of 2 people or 5,000 people, it was a really beautiful moment for me because I was, like I said before, sharing who I was. I was sharing myself, my passions, my story through the words of others, and every single person in that room, no matter how big or small, was listening to me. And that was beautiful. That was really, really amazing. I felt so validated and just honored and happy and powerful. I felt really powerful, and like I said before, no matter where you end up within the competition, if you are connecting with your poetry, if you're having fun, if you're having just lighthearted, if you don't stress too much at all, you will do well, and people will listen to you because you're the one on stage. Everyone's listening to you at every pause, and it's beautiful in that way. So simply the act of recitation, and I also have a passion for poetry, for writing, for spoken word. I've continued that, so simply losing myself into that world and having a platform for people to listen to me and echo back to me my presentations and how I'm feeling, and being able to connect to other people through such a beautiful artistic platform is really, really beautiful. So yeah. So those are a couple of my highlights and a little bit about my own experience. I really hope that you enjoy the competition, have fun, and I wish the best of luck for every single student. And yeah, so thank you. Bye.